I feel like our culture has changed since I've been here my freshman year, to be honest. I feel like Howard basketball is deeper than just the sport itself. I feel like we're trying to create something that hasn't been done at Howard University. We're trying to create history again. And, you know, it's a lot of pressure on us to do that because it hasn't been done before.
And Howard, champions again of the MEAC for the first time in 2 decades. Going back to the NCAA Women's Championship.
Howard's first appearance in the women's NCAA tournament in 21 years. But what makes this win even more impressive, this is the first NCAA tournament win by any Howard team, men or women.
5-star recruit McCord Maker announced this morning he's committed to Howard University, an historically black university here in D.C. Not just an historically black university, a flagship black university.
People here look at me for my skills. They don't look at me to fill a quota.
Michael, Howard University and 5 other HBCUs dealing with bomb threats this morning. It's the 3rd one in a month for Howard. DC.
Those colleges rely on federal funding that both parties in Washington agree on. So why have lawmakers allowed the funding for those schools to expire?
And that's why some have anxiety about these schools' ongoing financial struggles.
Other institutions don't have to justify their existence in the same way on a day-to-day basis that HBCUs have to.
It's not for the weak. I tell you that. It's not for the weak. We don't have the same resources that other schools have. It's hard. You know, we don't get the same love that everybody else gets. So we just have to keep in mind, like, we're doing this now so that we could change the culture and that we could change that. It's an end goal that we're working towards for people that are coming after us.
Super excited to see what we can put on the floor today. I mean, we at home. Hope we got a good crowd. We got our ones on. Our girls are ready to go. We healthy and ready.
Birthday suit on.
Let's get it.
Birthday suit.
Something like ready to go. We ready.
Game number 1, precise, about to get after it.
We didn't have the pressure last year because we weren't the champs last year. You know, when you're defending a championship, it's added pressure because people are trying to, like, knock you off. People are trying to take your spot. So I think everybody's feeling that right now.
Tonight, the Bison play host to the LaSalle Explorers. Of course, Howard University, led by head coach Ty Grace, here in her 8th season, fresh off an appearance in the NCAA tournament last year.
Coach Ty Grace in his pregame interview, she said, create the tempo, play focus.
White jerseys, red trim, blue, and of course the Jordan brand sneakers on their feet. We're set for the jump. Brooklyn Ford Davis will go up with Kayla Sproul. 2022 season is underway. Makes the shot and knocks it down.
That is a highlight.
Surprised thus far that she's staying with the starting 5.
I'm not surprised at all. This starting 5 is expected, and they're expected for a reason. The stamina is up with this starting 5.
Harris into the hands of Hudson. Coming off of the pick, Hudson attacking, gets into the body, no call though. Warren, kick out. 3-ball good.
That is ball game.
62 to 57. Your Howard Bison, hold on.
No. Destiny, say something about your life. How's your day been?
Pretty.
Damn. Well, the mic is working, so. What's up? How's the day been? Let's talk about the day.
I woke up, took my test, and I got a 40. that's gonna mess up your day to start. People be assuming that like I'm mean. I'm really like not mean. The team as well, like they say like we look intimidating and
Come on, stop being so rough.
Tap in, tap in.
what we tapping into?
Best candy
They're
in the
not
world.
even the sour ones, bruh.
Nah, you can't.
Yes, the sour ones.
I mean like we're tall, I guess like and that's intimidating to the people down there. That has always stuck with me because it's like I'm not a mean person. I feel like I'm a very caring, genuine person. So when people say that, it's like, how could you think that? Like this is not me. So yeah.
Like you saw me looking like this because I just came from like 6 a.m. lift.
Right, like now I have a straight face because you know I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot all day. If you look, this says number 2. So I was Deuce's number all my life, right? So then it was like coming to college, she's literally called Deuce. Like what was I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, 1, I guess. Like, you know, 1 seems cool. I don't like any double-digit number. I like for it to look like clean and solid on my jersey. So I'm like, I'm just pick 1. And I was like, nah, I'm actually kind of rocking with 1. Like this is, and I was like, this is my number. You know what? This is what I'm gonna stay with. Not with 2 no more. I am the 1. So yeah, I was born in Long Island. The first place that I knew growing up, we lived in Queens. So that's how the Queens thing happened. But I was first introduced like to dance in general, and I was doing that for a pretty long time. Ballet, jazz, hip hop, tap, all of that. And then I got introduced to soccer when I was about 11, playing with my middle school team, and you know, it was cool, it was something to do. And then I got introduced to basketball, and then that was it. I realized that I didn't just like playing basketball, like I was loving playing basketball. It wasn't like a task for me. Howard actually went to my last game of the AAU season my junior year, and I told my coach, I said, if Howard offers me, I'm gonna go. And it's actually a funny story because obviously I'm here now, you know. BD recruited me, and he said he's been following me since I was in 8th grade. We got on the phone, started talking, talked to Coach Ty, and now I'm at Howard.
You first met Coach Ty. What were your first impressions of her?
My first impressions with her was like, oh yeah, she's really from New York. Like I felt that energy from her, that like real, that New York swag, that just like she's a down to earth woman.
Coach J might be invited to the cookout, y'all. Hold up. I don't give a your shot don't go in. I really don't care.
If you want to know the origin story of Ty Grace, you're going to have to Google me or come find me.
5.
Hopefully we don't get the... I was born and raised in Roosevelt, New York. New York, I think, shows up quite frequently. I think one is the way I talk. I think there's a certain kind of lingo in New York. There's a certain kind of swag that we have as New Yorkers that people kind of recognize right away. They always ask me, where are you from? Are you from New York? And so I think that's just, you know, the way I grew up. I kind of bring that to wherever I am, and I brought that to DC. And I think my players hear that, and when I talk, when I yell, how I act. So I think, you know, New York is just going to be a part of me forever, obviously. Opportunity to coach at Howard, ironically, this was my second interview or time around. I had applied to be the head coach at Howard prior to them calling me, and I did not get the job the first time. I don't think a lot of people know that, but I guess it just wasn't my time. And then when the second opportunity came around, they called me and pursued me and wanted me to come, you know, be the head coach. And I just felt, it just felt right. I didn't hesitate. I think timing is everything, and it was the right time. And, you know, the opportunity presented itself, and I took it, and, you know, the rest is history, I guess you could say. The chemistry of the team, it definitely changed over time. You know, you never really know, because obviously when you bring new pieces into the fold and you bring new players, or, you know, there's different changes, chemistry can definitely get affected.
New York people are so... How did you know I'm from New York? You know
I gotta represent.
All the time. All right, so we're gonna start with your Howard intro. Give us your.
Bro, it's crazy, I never did my Howard intro before. I think I did it once, and it was like with Coach Ty and them, and I was like, what the heck? Asia Hudson, sociology major, grad transfer from Old Dominion. Yeah. From New York. Yes.
Yeah, that part. We have to know that part.
I got the nickname from my mom, of course, biggest fan. But when I was younger, a lot of people said like I was really fast on the court, like dribbling, and my feet was like really too fast for the ball. So they was like, oh my God, boogie down or boogie woogie, you just boogieing down the court. And I'm like, everybody kept saying boogie boogie woogie. So then one day my mom was like, A boogie, A for Asia, and then boogie. But I don't like A boogie because it's like too long, so I just stuck with boogie.
Yeah, it's cute.
I used to do cheer first. I was doing cheer first, and then my sister was a basketball player, and she was like, we not doing that. So then, like, I used to be at her games, like, on the sideline cheering, and then she just gave me the ball and was like, nah, you're gonna play basketball. Me and my sister are really close. We're 6 years apart, but, like, you would never think that, like, we do everything together, talk about everything. Like, that's really, like, my best friend for. A funny story, I was supposed to go to Towson with BD, but definitely took that Towson visit first. Fell in love, all that. Unfortunately, like, they left, so I couldn't go there anymore. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't want to go there, you know. Then went to ODU, and then when I went to ODU, I was like, okay, I like it here. It's a little different. So, going to ODU, you know, it felt like a family. I'm gonna be honest. I was not supposed to do my 5th year. Girl, I was over it. I was like, because, like, towards the end of the years at ODU, I didn't have a good experience. Like, I wanted to leave. I wanted to stop. I wasn't even liking basketball anymore. That was that point. Like, we're graduating. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm doing my 5th year. And I'm like, oh, yeah, have fun. But it ain't gonna be me. But, like, after that, you know, my mom in my ear, come on, do it. Like, end on a good note. I was like, if I go in the portal and I go somewhere and it's worse, I'm gonna be mad. What really made me want to, like, use my 5th year, I was like, you know what, I might as well end on a good note. Free education, get my master's. You know, I'm not really a schoolgirl, but as soon as I got in the portal, who the first person that called me? BD, like, yeah, come to Howard. I'm like, I just got in the portal 2 minutes ago. Like, it's crazy because, you know, you get a certain amount of visits coming out the portal. But I only took my only visit was Howard, and then I committed right after Howard. I could have took more, but I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Destiny, so Destiny was my host when I came here. And I already knew of Coach Ty, because, you know, she's from my area. She literally lives the next town over. Like, a lot of people just knew her background. It was like, go there. Like, that's my girl. Like, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, of the people that I used to play under, that I considered, like, you know, uncle figures and stuff like that, they're hitting me up like, nah, Coach Ty, she real. Like, go there, she'll treat you right. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm not gonna lie, when I first came, I was a little, you know, I'm trying to scope things out. Like, who's, you know what I'm saying? Who's the mean girls? Who's the nice girls? Who's the, you know what I'm saying? Also, coming from New York, a lot of people, you know, people think we're aggressive. And I didn't want to come off as that, oh, she aggressive at, you know what I'm saying? I got close with the team fast as hell. Like, we didn't have relationships like that at ODU. We had our own group, and that's it. Like, with this team, I was literally, like, close to everybody. It was different type of people on the team now, but I had, you know, different common interests with different people.
Just sing along.
CMPFR, that's what you say. Like, at ODU, it was just literally me and my crew always. But having the whole team, like, I was like, oh, like, this is different for me. I like this. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. Basketball back home is way different. Like, everywhere you turn, somebody's playing basketball outside, especially outside. Like, that's the best basketball, especially in the summertime. New York basketball is me. Like, that made me into the person I am. I mean, it's not good that, like, I talk ish sometimes, but, like, that's just the type of person I am. Like, coming from New York, that's what you do. You talk your junk, you know, you back it up in your moves, you back it up in scoring, and, like, at the end of the day, just shake their hand. It's friendly basketball. That made me into the player I am today, and just made me tougher. Like, just playing outside, being gritty, talking that junk.
Howard women's basketball team is a great team to be supporting. They epitomize excellence at Howard is, and our motto is truth and service. Those young women do a great job in the classroom. They're academically very strong, and then they go out in the community and represent us very, very well. So I certainly think that they epitomize everything about the strength, the resilience, and the excellence that Howard University is.
So when I was young, we did a lot of moving around. My mom was a single mother, so a lot of the times we was just, wherever she was at. For soccer, I always played with girls, and then basketball and football, it's, mainly dudes, especially football. I was only playing with guys. I was always the only girl. Dealing with that every day, people telling you like, oh yeah, you're just a girl, you're not good enough, you're not fast enough, you're not strong enough. I feel like that definitely had to do with some character development growing up, because that kind of made me who I am today. I got through playing with them, and now I'm here, and some of them are still where they at. But
Ready to kill today?
She's come a long way. She's been playing basketball since she was 9 years old. Begged us for a hoop at her grandparents' backyard. Went outside every day practicing. Rain, sleet, snow. She was like, I got to practice. So without all these coaches impacting her and teaching her what it is to be mentally strong and face any challenges, she wouldn't be where she is today.
Destiny didn't know that I played ball back in the 70s, dark ages, but she's able to take criticism in a positive way and use it when necessary. So I think that's a wonderful trait, that she's able to do that.
You gotta understand, they don't understand what it's gonna take. They understand what it's gonna take to get to that next level. So as a human, sometimes you don't feel like getting up in the morning. Yeah. But she was able to push that button and say, you know what, I'm here. I gotta do the best I can. Let me give 110%. And that's what she did, and that's why she's where she is today.
Hi, I'm Shanika. I'm Asia's mom, number 4. They're doing their thing. Age, that's my girl. It's been a long road for her, but she's a vet. She's a vet, and she's coming from being a transfer from Old Dominion, and she's here, and she's proud to be here. It's just all about the culture. It's all about everything, and we just love the atmosphere, the culture, everything about Howard. I appreciate her tenacity and her will. She doesn't give up. She stays the course, and if you tell her that she can't, she'll show you that she can. That's how she is.
It feels good to be back, being home, playing in front of my family and friends.
So you won how many state championships for high school?
How many did I win? I don't even remember. Probably 4 or 5. Yeah.
What you looking forward to the most?
Obviously getting the dub, but playing together, winning, and just showing out for the crowd.
Hey!
Don't miss the action. Purchase your season and individual game tickets today.
Yo, man. I think they might have robbed us, but listen, we played tough, we played hard.
Yes, sir.
Just a little more intensity. Yes, we got this. It's early, though. It's early.
Man, it hurt when I left. Like, I remember it was August 13th, 2020. That's how I know it hurt, because I remember the date. Just leaving my sisters, it was like, dang, like, those are my dogs, man. Like, I've been with them since they've been born. Leaving my mom, like, that's my right hand. So having to learn how to live without her cooking for me, doing my laundry, doing this, doing that, just being, not even just that type of stuff, but just being there for me. that was also a really rough thing that I had to adjust to. And, you know, to sacrifice being here, to sacrifice for everything that she's been doing for me to get here. So that's what I keep in mind, because, you know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And, you know, I'm doing this so I can get to where I want to be.
Bye, baby. Bye, Mom. I'm coming. You're going to get out right. I said, bye, baby. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so proud of y'all. Oh, I gotta get that next year. I'm not gonna drop them. I want ankles. I want ankles too. Oh, you forgot that. I love you, baby. Seeing everybody I haven't seen in a little minute. Godfather right here. Thanks for coming. Love you. Love you.
All right. Love you too, all right?
I'm gonna FaceTime you later.
All right.
And where do you want to go?
I want to play pro. I want to coach college basketball. After I'm done, and I want to open my own business.
Hey, what kind of business?
Clothing brand. Stay tuned.
Okay, okay.
You were and are an inspiration to me and to many others. You left your mark in the history books, and as your niece, I've been trying to follow in your footsteps. You were the first Puerto Rican and Black person to play in the Professional Women's Basketball League. We shared a connection through the game we love so deeply, and it brought us close. All I want to do is live up to your expectations and continue to make you proud of me. You'll forever be with me. Your legacy will continue with me. My goal is to play professional basketball just like you did. From mentee to mentor, from niece to aunt. Thank you for helping me evolve as a person and as a player. I love you, Aunt Cookie. Forever 32.